A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final, the last match, the biggest match of this ongoing, exciting, entertaining, exhilarating 16-man competition that has for the last 4 days been happening here at Dice Lounge in Munyanyo, Kampala, Uganda. If you want to come and witness the game at the venue, please stay home. We are full to capacity, of course, as expected when the final, which is a very well anticipated final, is on table. First of all, apologies for the delay. We had issues to sort out at the venue, technical issues with the power. We lost our gadget, actually the lamp holder to the headlamp, and we didn't want to subject these guys to a game where they didn't have enough light. Even you watching online, we didn't want to subject you to a view without good lighting. Hazard Cre'Me is leading 1-0 against Cesar. They are racing to 16 for the championship, the gold medal, the award, the trophy, the money, and of course chance to be called this year's Cre'Me de la Cre'Me annual 16-man competition. To present to you this match in video and audio, break and finish live page. My name is Simon Peter Chove. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for experiencing the talents of these players as they showcase them to the world. Live commentary, players' profiles proceeding shortly. These two guys, ladies and gentlemen, have lots of unfinished business between themselves, so this and that reason on and off the table. The last time they faced off in a match is the biggest match that they have ever faced. It is the only time, and please note that I've been seeing Hazard many times in the last 8 years. I have never seen him cry. He has had his good and bad times. He has lost loved ones. But the only time I ever saw him cry was when he lost to Cesar in the final of the National Open Pool Championship, the car competition. What a tight game it was. Cesar starting very well, Hazard trying to mount a comeback, but it became too late as Cesar finally put the last nail in his coffin to become Uganda National Open champion and to win the car for the first time for Hazard, live on national television where the match was being streamed. Apart from this page, he cried on camera. Something that really touched his manager, who is also the director of Dice Lounge, to console him with the words, "Please don't cry for the car. I'll get you one." Long story short, 1 month later, he was already a driver. As I speak, it is the car he's driving. It is the car parked near Cesar's car in the parking lounge here at the venue. Two players besides those times have faced off sometimes before. Hazard is another of those players besides Dog City and Ibra who has good performances against Cesar. He won a tournament last year at the Diplomat Billiards Cafe in Kajansi, Wakiso, near Kampala. In one of his lives, he took down Cesar in the second round, 6-3, a very convincing win. Another match where he defeated Cesar was quarterfinal of a weekly competition that happened at Amigos in Kampala. Also, Cesar has had the 2 victories against Hazard in weekly competitions. Not to mention the final of the National Open Championship as Hazard fouls. And I love the sportsmanship of him reporting the foul to his opponent before anybody else does. These 2 lovely talents also had 2 money matches earlier this year. One was at this very venue when Hazard became, or I would say when Cesar became so brave to head start Hazard with +6 racing to 21 for $1,200 a match that was convincingly won by Hazard, preempting a rematch at a different venue, which was agreed to be Climax Bar, also in Kampala. That one was also won by Hazard. And it proved the end of Cesar's, at least for now, +6 head start matches against Ugandans. Brian comes to flip the scoreboard with a jolly nodded head. Be reminded that in the first frame he didn't have the energy to flip the scoreboard for the second. Since his guy has won, he comes in to flip the scoreboard. The very quick clearance from the Scorpion as Cesar came to be known. Hazard in himself is nicknamed the Truth. He says that of all players in Uganda, he is the truth and all other players are false. His first nickname was Drink Water, a name given to him by fans because he had many matches against the majority of Ugandan players in 2016, winning the majority of them, of course, except 2 he won more than 10. And he was most of the time between his shots sipping water. It is the time that the English team, Leicester City, was taking over English football with a midfielder called Danny Drinkwater, and Hazard was named after him because he was drinking water all the time during the match. Nowadays, he preferred to be known as the Truth, managed in the firm hands of the Dice family. His manager, the chairman of the Dice family, is called Mark Muzungu, who is also the director of the venue. So loving of a gentleman to his players and the sport in general. He has sponsored the prizes the players are competing for in full. He has also sponsored the meals on a daily for all the 16 players. And I'm talking about Dice Lounge, a cool place, an executive place. Meals are quite good meals. And all the players involved as well as officials were treated to 2 nice meals on a daily. Cesar won, Hazard in attack. He is a player so confident in his own abilities. He knows that anybody can fall down to him. And given how he has performed so far, especially in this tournament, I can't agree anymore. Look at the white ball management. He's starting off in the kind of vein that he has played in the entire tournament. Cesar to reach this level, the final. In the first round, he took down Yoda Sembus, a guy called Dembaba. In the rest to 11-7 was the final score. In the quarterfinal, Cesar took on Simon Lobola, the computer. In the rest to 13-9 was the final score. Happened yesterday, this time. Semi-finals which happened today, this morning. He took down Rashid Wagaba in a race to 15. A difference of 10-15-10 was the final score. Here he is against Hazard. In the final, talking of Hazard, starts off shooting well with a little stroke of luck for a shot like that one. Very confident, very skillful, very talented, and very determined. His own table, his own home. This is where he trains. This is where he stays. The management of the venue is his own personal management. And he is in very good form. In my opinion, he has so far been the best player in the tournament unless Cesar takes away that from him in this final by winning this match. In the first round, he put up the best performance I have ever seen from him in the last years I've seen him playing ball. I have never ever seen Ibra being humiliated and devastated and well beaten, as did Hazard in that 11-1 humiliation in the first round. In the second round, Hazard was no match to him in a race to 13, full-time scores being 13-6. In today's semi-final, the second of the day, he took on Kenneth Odong, who performed the best of all his opponents in this competition so far. But even his best was not good enough, as in a race to 15, final score was 15-10 to Hazard. Here he is leading in the final. This final serves Hazard's best chance ever to pay revenge on Cesar after that defeat in the National Open final. Cesar, not yet in his beastly mode. When the beast is unveiled in him many a times, irrespective of who the opponent has been, irrespective of the venue, irrespective of the country, be it in Uganda, be it in Kenya, be it in Tanzania, be it in Zambia, be it in Zimbabwe, be it in South Africa, be it even in China. When his game is on, anybody can fall, and fall quite easily, because it reaches a time when he seems to be playing alone. And he's normally at his best when he has a score to settle. Here at Dice Lounge, he has a score to settle. It is the 5th time he's playing a tournament, but he has only one victory, which is not a good return when you are as talented as Cesar. He has played in 2 money matches at this venue and has lost them both. Yes, both of them. One of them to Hazard, who was head started with +6, but won convincingly without having needed that head start to win. The other was another head start of +6 to Wanika Mansour, and yes, Cesar lost. And the final score, in that match either didn't warrant that +6 head start for Cesar to win, rather for Cesar to lose. In this case, he fouls. Very unexpected that he could foul in that instance. Of course, there was an easy way to find an angle by playing the white ball off one cushion. He instead decided to play it off 2 cushions to try and play snooker, and it did not pay off. Frame like this one, you fancy that now Hazard is an overwhelming favorite to make it 3-1. Cesar's management team has presented the $300 as a side stake against Hazard's management team. The response from Hazard's management team was no thanks. Even with Hazard at home, on his own table, playing in front of his own fans, his own manager, they still couldn't risk betting against Cesar. That is the kind of respect that this young man has gathered in the country of late. Much has been taken seriously. Formalities have been done. national anthem sung. Not yet in his full element, the Scorpion. Guy with a number of nicknames, just like many Ugandans who rather have nicknames, I just think, to kind of scare off their opponents. There is the black sheep. There is the computer. There is the magician. There is the money mate. There is the killer. There is the sharpshooter. There is the beast. But now we have the Scorpion against the truth. The Scorpion is also nicknamed the people's player, also nicknamed the dictator, nowadays nicknamed the ambassador. But it is the truth who is starting the stronger of the two in this game. The truth plays the black falsely and leaves an opportunity for Cesar to bank his yellow to the center pocket to steal away the game. More still, he could go for a defensive safety shot by playing the white ball to the right of the yellow, bouncing it off the cushion to the right side of the table as far as possible from the black. Those will most likely be his two options, as if I'm reading his mind. Where he's placing his hand is where he would fancy placing the white ball, but the nod of his head was as if Hazard would still cut that ball to the corner pocket if he played defensive shot. Therefore, he's going for the bank, going for the bank, going for the bank, and that's the bank. Magic. When it is time for magic, Cesar 2, Hazard 2, rest to 16. He needs to break well. Many a times when players of this level face off, at times it is the break which determines the winner. For this game, Cesar sinks in one red. Not a bad split of the balls, especially when you're Cesar. Once again, my apologies for the faulty sound. I'm using a microphone which filters out some of the background music. Kindly be reminded that we are playing in a bar, while we request management not to play music during the day, not to affect the streaming. At night, it is business time for the bars, so they need to play their music, and of course to improve the vibe around the arena. That's why I'm using this microphone to filter out some of the music in order to leave not only this video safe from being brought down by Facebook, but also the streaming platform itself. I want to shout out to all of you, over 1,000 watching on Facebook and a few hundreds on YouTube. By the way, this match is also on Break and Finish Live YouTube. If you feel that your favorite watching platform is YouTube, feel free to serve yourself on Break and Finish Live. But live commentary is only on this page. JJ Richard Soloreng, Mutumba Ronald, Tambalifa Tibos watching from South Africa at Stellenberg Bay, Western Cape. Always good to see you watching. Jeremy Lottering watching from George. Mambos Mosbe, thank you for watching. As Cesar with another single visit clearance now leads for the first time in the match. Richard Lubega is asking the race for the final. It is race to 16, guys. There is a little mistake in the subtitle of this video. Though you can see best of 33, which will make it race to 17, it is actually race to 16, which is clearly indicated. Once again, the race is 16. Thank you for watching, Lubega Richard. Dennis Monroe, Rashad Alvin, Ben J. Matongo, Esther Motesi, JV Marau, Andrew Comia, Richard Lubega, thank you for appreciating. JJ Richard Sororeng, Charles Mapalo. You say whoever wins this match will be Uganda's best this year. Well, Musa Kawiye Privilege, F. Sinamai, Spina Kenny, Lilgun Budeli, Matthew Godfrey Mbewe, Yamugisha Sandra, Tahaf Kokli, JJ Richard, Siko Trevor, you're supporting Cesar from South Africa. Mambos Vesve, you can also, guys, indicate who you are supporting in what I expect to be one of the most competitive matches we will watch on the African continent in its entirety, at least so far this year. There is a very competitive calendar coming up, guys, ahead of the year in the respective countries in Africa. Pool leagues in Kenya, in Zimbabwe, in South Africa, in Uganda, in Tanzania. For those I know about. Open comps. The biggest tournament in Zimbabwe is now on. The singles. There is one international tournament, a big one, the World Championships happening in Manchester in the UK. But Hazard is really impressing. He is a guy oozing with quality and skill and exhilaration and confidence and belief in himself that he can take down any of the players. He is not short on skill, not short on confidence. And when his game is on, he can take down anyone and take him down quite easily. Stanley Mobiru says Cesar Kuchalo. By the way, it means Cesar to the world in Nyanja language. Wow. The truth is playing in truth. White is safe, Hazard 3, Cesar 3. Tagi is supporting Cesar the Scorpion in Mokono. Kuma Malepa. John T. Yahweh also supporting Cesar man. Rachel Mbewe, you say I've learned your language. Yes. Some little bit of Nyanja. I've been in Zambia twice before. I've got that opportunity because of my involvement in pool. And for the last frame, Rachel, I can say that Cesar Hazard yamwina, and Hazard and Cesar yawinwa. Princess Bushra always watching the episode. Sekotso, thank you for watching. James Swish Chisalwa. Talib Aka Tia, thank you for watching. Shady Dr. Herbert, to the agenda you are saying, is that the zebra at the scoreboard? And the answer is yes, but today he's a little bit emotional. He's very frozen when Hazard is winning. He only flips the scoreboard when Cesar puts the black. He is not a neutral scoreboard flipper. Brian Elton, always watching from Zambia. You are hoping to visit Uganda soon. I hope you do. I wish to receive you when you step into the Pearl of Africa. It is in so many ways, by the way, just speaking objectively, a beautiful country, especially in terms of weather. You never get very hot weather at any time in the year. You also never ever get very cold weather at any time in the year. Even in the rainy seasons, we have some sunlight. Even in the sunny seasons, we have some rainfall. Also, a huge variety of foods, more than anywhere in your countries, you guys. Mike Mwanza supporting Hazard. Phil David. Rachel, you are impressive by, maybe I think you are impressed by my little Nyanja. That one will go down as a foul from Hazard. I say it so many times that Cesar is one player I know whom it is a criminal to give out 2 shots at any time in the match. He never hesitates to punish. His only way of punishing is by clearing the game. When he's watching, West Nile is watching in prayer. When he's playing, Lira is watching in expectation. When Cesar is playing, Gulu is watching in belief. When he's outside of the country, Uganda is watching in expectation of jubilation. Without a shade of a doubt, the most loved player, not just in the country of Uganda, not just in the East African region, but also on the entire African continent. The games involving him are the most watched games online today. He has ably turned his career around, only using his skill. A guy of very little words, so humble and down to earth when you meet him in person, but such a beast on the pool table. Hazard has that discipline of a pool player in person, but also with that rough character of a kid on in the ghetto, and so much belief that talents come from the ghetto, and knows that he can take down anyone as long as it is his day. Cesar 4, Hazard 3. Thank you for always watching, Elton. JJ Richard Soloreng, Matthew Godfrey, Sabawen Frank, long time since I last saw you in the comment section. Afande Kerekere is now one of the best Cesar supporters that I know. I don't even know you've met Cesar. I don't even know whether you'll ever arrest him if he lets you down in the match. But thank you for watching Ugandan Pool. Afande, we are proud to have you as a fan and a follower and a lover who has a big following and yet always shares these videos to spread the love of the sport to your following. You are a useful addition to the game, Afande. Thank you for loving. When you find me, please don't arrest me. Matthews, Fosfay, Abel, Banda, Zambia. Williams Mwansa, definitely Zambia. Davidson Mandea. You say I'm an inspiration. Thank you very much. Baji Pro. Ruto Mengwa. Lubinda Liawela. Joshua Selector Nikki. Kamwaya Chikumbula. You are supporting Cesar all the way from Zambia. Just like Charles Mapalo, who says it's time for revenge for Cesar. No, revenge will be for Hazard, not for Cesar. Lots of accolades, lots of titles, lots of victories between these two players, besides the lots of skill and lots of the potential to entertain. Hazard was kind of appealing Cesar's shot to the umpire. I'm sure that from your viewing position you have clearly seen that it was a legal shot. Kenze Keko, you say it's a fantastic game so far and you upload it. You say especially the man behind the camera. Thank you. Guys, by the way, I am so humbled to have all of you from all walks of life, from thousands and thousands of miles afar, to have the opportunity to cause a unity between lovers of pool, most especially from the African continent, but also many times far beyond the continent. I'm proud to be part of the story of these players. I am humbled. He is trying, most likely top spin, but anywhere the white will rest, it will be good enough. Maybe not this time. The interception of the white, the movement of the cue ball by Cesar's red is a little problem that Hazard is having, that he again has to pot a ball, at least pot a ball. Some level of difficulty though. I noticed one yellow ball, that one extreme right of your viewing position on your screen, seems to be going for the center pocket of Cesar's red. Does exactly that. Look at the white ball. Be sure to be entertained as you are getting entertained up to the very last. Many of you have been yearning for a race between Cesar and Hazard without the head start. This sport is a gift that keeps on giving. Here you have the race. Race to 16 is good enough for a money match. That's so beautiful it is that we are having it in a tournament, more so in the final, more so between players who have unfinished business between themselves, more so with lots of skill on display, more so in a final, more so a beautiful award to be won, more so money to be won. Cesar versus Hazard in the final of the Cre'Me de la Cre'Me competition. It will be such a beautiful trophy to win this one, especially when you are the guy who has won it after fighting for it for 4 days in a row. Good queuing from Hazo. That gesture was kind of to request his own fan to be silent as he puts the black, says, please keep quiet, you may interrupt my rhythm. Cesar 4, Hazard 4. In a good way, he's speaking to his own fans that please support a little bit slowly. The gentleman passing across the camera is his manager, Mark Mozongo. I don't know many people who can be so good additions to the sport in terms of loving them, having the finances and the facilities and the will to share them, especially to these players. Thank you, Chairman Mark. Thank you, Dice Lounge. The game is as even, as competitive, as juicy, as entertaining as I anticipated that it would be. From the ghettos of Cre'Me, Hazard. After massacre to the streets of the city center, to the streets of Lusaka, to the streets of Johannesburg, to the streets of Harare, has had stints playing pool in all those places, and wherever he has been, they've had reasons to say they are impressed with his skill. Very good cue ball control. Two media houses are covering this match. Bukede Television, officially the most watched television in the country, and Monitor Publications, a newspaper. And of course, Break and Finish Live Facebook and YouTube. Cesar now down 5-4 against Hazard. I actually had a brief chat with Cesar after he had won his semi-final. I told him, guess what? Hazard has a chance of beating you. And he said, I will try my best. But if he has a chance to beat me, he must first beat Odong because he hasn't beaten him yet. Because by then, Odong and Hazard hadn't played off. Maximum concentration from the faces of both players and the fans and their management teams. Even t-shirts, the clothing can be a problem even in the break. But it looks like a dry break. Advantage Cesar. One thing working out for Hazard is that beast that comes out of Cesar when he's on table in long races. He's taking time to come out. Normally when he's playing, that beast normally comes out. For a game as open, with balls as scattered and evenly spaced as the reds of Cesar. Oh, oops, oops. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I do not ever remember something of the sort from a player of Cesar's stature, even after seeing and streaming dozens of his games. Does it speak to pressure inflicted on him by Hazard, who is playing equally well so far? Cesar normally intimidates his opponents off by playing so well from the start and taking big leads. So far, Hazard has refused to go down. Is it the reason for such kind of pressure? Because there is no doubt with a cue ball in free space and a red in free space, and fouling is a sign of pressure. Everything Hazard has been touching in this tournament has been turning into gold, at least so far. That's why I'm one person who always thinks that when Cesar is participating in any local competition, he is the favorite. But for today, I think the game is, I think the players have equal chances to win this match. Hazard 6, Cesar 4. Dice Lounge, the venue is not only packed to capacity, it can comfortably sit around 60 people, as in comfortably sitting. But believe you me, about 100 people are at the venue watching the game and for a pay. After football, I'm not sure, I'm not certain there is a sport as popular in this country as pool after football. Look at as Cesar plays, look at the yellow which is between, the red which is between two yellows. How well he plays it will most likely determine whether he will win this game in his current visit of the table. He not only plays it well, he plays it very well. When he's to win a game, he normally wastes no time on the table, always confident of whatever he's trying to do. He will move the white ball to positions where he would still have put them if he were given chance to place them by free hand. There we go, 6-5. Too tight, too close to call, too competitive. What will Hazard do for a response? He's so far delivering. He needs a good break. Hits the top ball. He's one of those players who have refused to adapt to breaking by hitting the second ball. Majority of top players in Uganda hit the second ball on their breaks. He's actually called for his breaking cue from his management. When Cesar is on the table, when he's inspecting the game, when he takes time to play, be sure that he's rooting for a clearance. And this being a game with balls not so well split, expect something special from a very special player. In my opinion, and not only in Uganda is he the most lethal player on the table, I do think that even on the continent he is more lethal than any other player. He took on Africa's seed number 1 last year in a money match in a race to 21 at Tickles and Giggles in Kampala. His first international match ended 21-20 with him losing to Aiden Joseph. But the bravery with which he followed Aiden to Nairobi and paying the exact revenge to him at Mchana Pub and Grill in that memorable match. And yet, even at the aftermath of the Grand Mchana Open later in the year, the two players once again faced off in a race to 21 with $4,000 per player at stake, and Cesar again won 21-20. And as if that was not enough, at the end of the Howley Cup in South Africa, this time in Johannesburg, Aiden's hometown, home city, he again defeated him in a match, this time more convincingly, 21-18, in a performance that most people started calling him unofficially Africa's best black ball player. He also had a tour of Tanzania, in which he had money matches with the majority of Tanzania's finest players and defeating them all. He lost one match, a money match, to Jerry, who followed him there. But the following day, the two players rematched and Cesar came out victorious. Also had a tour in Kenya around 2 months ago, and all his performances were wins. One player on the continent, only one, has a better head-to-head performance than him. None other than Jeremiah Naido, the Ganda. 6-all in a race to 16, meaning it's now a race to 10. It is not about the money, ladies and gentlemen, it is about winning. Money, yes, it is sweet, but it can come, it can go anytime. It is about winning, it's about bragging rights, it's about victory, it's about causing joy to your fans. It's about annoying those who don't support you so much. Living to expectations is this match of a very competitive final. According to the performances of both players in the tournament, we couldn't have had a better final. If Hazard continues in this vein of form, he will be officially, if he continues like this, he will become Cesar's biggest threat in the country. For those who have watched this tournament, you may agree with me that he's been shooting so well. Under his belt are a number of victories, 7 weekly comps ever since his return to the country from Zambia at the end of 2022. Also reached the final of Uganda's National Open Championship, the car competition, losing out to his opponent today. He's been part of the Uganda national team set up from the year 2016 up to present date. For Cesar, his participation initially for the national team came in 2019 when he became part of Uganda's traveling contingent to Sekunda district in Mpumalanga province, South Africa, to participate in the All Africa Pool Championships. There was a tournament for the teams. His national team came second to South Africa. There was a black ball competition in which he lost out in the first round as a very young boy, by the way, a teenager at the time. There was also Chinese 8 ball, nowadays called hay ball, the last tournament to be organized internationally on African soil, and in that tournament he came third. Tournament that was won by South Africa's Jason Theron. He normally wears a very tough face. The only time he smiles most of the time is after the game-winning shot in a final or the winning shot in a race. Every time he wins a game, every time he wins a race, every time he wins a tournament, there is maximum celebration in different regions of the country of Uganda, where they claim to own a part of him, and for the right reasons. Moyo district in West Nile in Uganda, where he was born. Lira district in northern Uganda, where he was raised. Arua district in West Nile, where he went to school for a few years. Gulu district in the northern capital, where he was nurtured as a player. Kampala city, where he became a star. Lusaka city in Zambia, where he became a conqueror. Johannesburg in South Africa, where he was recognized as a continental threat. Qingdao in China, where he became an ambassador. A guy whose story continues to rise and rise and rise. I keep wondering what is about to happen on him as a player and as a person. The shining star of Ugandan and African pool is today being given a taste of his own medicine by a player who is not interested in any of his accolades, a player who simply just wants to beat him and has demonstrated a few times before that he is more than capable of. His mind hazard must be on the yellow ball closest to your screen, bottom right corner pocket. We'll want to produce a shot that will open up that pocket. However he will try to do it, your guess is as good as mine. One thing I know, he's not short on skill, not short on ideas, not short on elaborativeness, and not short of bravery to try it at any stage of the match, even if the stage is a final against Cesar. The final resting position of the cue ball in comparison to the object yellow ball he's about to play will suggest that the shot is extremely difficult. Maybe a big right spin on the yellow, maybe moving the white ball round the table, round the 2 or 3 cushions to try and open up the pocket. It will be a very good skill shot if he did it. But whether he will do it is another thing altogether. By what he's doing, seems he wants to play the cue ball to just around the middle of the table to try and play a combination shot. Whatever he's trying to do is quite difficult, and I will say quite unlikely. But you can never say never when it is players with this kind of skill set. Hazard with an attempt to try and win by entertaining. His body language seems to suggest he wants to play a right spin on the cue ball, bounce it off the cushion to try and move it to the direction of the pocket. It will not come easy. He wants both of them balls, red and yellow, to fall, to sink into that pocket. If he did it, the crowd will go mad. Wow! Even Cesar approached that good shot. He made it look so simple. It's a sign of a very talented player. How on earth do you play so well only to lose? How on earth did Hazard miss that black? How on earth did he gift it to Cesar? How on earth did he allow Brian to the scoreboard? Cesar 7, Hazard 6. Race to 16 for the trophy and the money and the prize and the bragging rights. Things are getting interesting here. If you're just joining the stream, we are having the last match of the tournament, the final of a 16-man comp, which happens annually here at Dice Lounge, dubbed the Cre'Me, the La Cre'Me annual Single life tournament, meaning best of the best. Indeed, these two players have been the best of the best. Remember, the players that have been invited are just the best, and of the best, these two have been the best. Very competitive game with lots of entertainment, lots of skill, but also lots of nerves and lots of pressure, which have produced a few unforced errors, which all make the game so interesting. Big shout outs to you once again. Ernest Siren, Princess Bushra always watching. Rachel Mbewe always watching. Jumba Farouk Sali. Wilbur Photography is asking if Ibra was in the tournament, and the answer is yes, he did fall out in the first round to Cesar in the biggest thumping of the tournament. By Ernest Son, thank you also for watching. Wesley Raymond Jr., Macmillan Constant Jones, Shida Chonya supporting the Scorpion, Edwin Baka Otumfo, Onetsele Boyfo, Arox Athens, Lutale Najimudini, Magezi Joachim Adieri, as Hazard once again equalizes. Who of these players will grab the bull by the horns, win 3, 4, 5 consecutive games to run away with the match? Who of them? Who will win this match? Who will be champion? Just advise me in the comment section. Personally, I can't even predict. It is a very close call. I would have seen Cesar as a definite favorite, but not at Hazard's home table. Kamwaya Chikumbula watching from Zambia. Ruben Mwale, Sami Chiyangwa, Sianda Siandika uploading Hazard strength. Mwaminyinimo supporting Cesarman. Junior Remy Shrem, JV Marau, Charity Junior, Courage Stallion Tinago watching from Namibia uploading Cesar's fire. Cass Monga, Kennedy Musona, Jobem Thura, Dixon Wales, Malaysia Sifo Makansi supporting Cesar, always supporting Cesar. Apologies to you, Malaysia, for being blocked. Yes, never support Cesar again next time when he's playing with a fellow Mzansi. That's not display, Malaysia, eh? But thank you for always loving the game and posting and sharing stuff and sometimes streaming live videos. It was nice when I streamed together with you that battle in Johannesburg between Cesar and Aiden. It was myself and you and Francis Mukwekwe. Billy White, Zabalas Emeklu, Shadrach Kimtai watching from Mount Elgon, that's Eastern Uganda. Elijah Mlenga, I agree with you when you say that both players are good, not just good but very good. Kembo Ogenrot from Arua City, I know you're supporting Cesar. Listeroni Ouma, Woodman Pia, thank you for watching. Selector Nikki, Junior Sirinos, Blessings Chivunga, Hazard is being affirmed to what he already knows, that Cesar is more than capable of producing one magical shot which can turn a bad game around into a very good and easily winnable game. The white is still spinning on its axis as I speak, making the white ball speak some English. Sometimes even his own rivals, in terms of the fans, they applaud him when he produces stuff as good as this. Wherever he has been as a player, he has caused the goosebumps, Cesar. In Lira, where he started playing pool, in Gulu, where he started playing competitively, in Kampala, where he became a star, in Lusaka, where he first played outside the country, in Johannesburg, where he has played over 10 money matches up to date, and I remember losing only 2. In China, where he became an ambassador, at Dice Lounge, where he is now leading against Hazard. Always phenomenal. Hazard 7, Cesar 8. Once again, the race is 16. Davis Ahomaza, Rashad Albin, Saki Kangonga, you seem to be watching from Namibia. Bagia Villa supporting Cesar. Marcelo Clifford Mafokwane also supporting Cesar. K Nakubaya, you say the game is very interesting with no clear winner, and I do agree with you. Walusimbi Edrisa, watching from Dubai, you say Hazard is your number 1. Liberty John Gwasira, Justin Chikojere. As Hazard puts black on the break, it's only a void break where the same player has to break the same game with no winner. The game simply has to be re-racked and rebroken by the same player with one shot. It is irrespective of whether the player potted another ball or not. It is irrespective of whether the cue ball was potted or not. All other rules and regulations are relaxed. As long as black is potted on the break, the same player has to break again. Hazard will have a second go. Second go is more successful. He will have to pot a ball, at least pot a ball. It won't come easy, but he must pot a ball, or else he knows that Cesar will.
Whatever you think is okay. You are the government of the ship. Namo sitacyanga kulabika konna kuna muntu avuga. Mutya abula sabayi ulina kibiina kaabo ekiva
Hazard will take a big sip of water. The intention is not to bank that yellow ball which is near Cesar's red to the center pocket with maximum precision. He must be on target. And misses. Hazard needs to be advised rightly that Cesar has the potential to run away with this game and drain the competition out of it. He has that potential. Hazard needs to play his A game. We are having the first timeout of the match. It will just take us 2-3 minutes for Hazard to wash his face, to have a word from his manager, and the match will proceed thereafter. The video will remain on.
kwanza tuteba jatwa mu ngaruza nakusubira kulirana nagenda kuli
One of the players in this tournament, Gideon, is in the commentary box. He wants to say hi. Hi, Gideon.
I'm good. How are you, sir?
You have beaten Cesar 2 times before. Nowadays he beats you. What went wrong?
I lack some. I'm just trying to prepare myself. I'm not in a good condition with Paul, but I'm trying to make it.
If you are in a good conditions, which players would you want to have first in Monday matches?
In 3 days, I'm confirming you are going to get our live with Ian Kazibu.
Ian Kazibu, you think you can take him down?
Yes, at upper Volta.
How about a guy like Habib?
That is my sure win.
Sure win. You say Habib is a sure win for you?
Yeah.
Kasozi wants to play a match with you. Are you aware?
I'm available.
You are available for Kasozi?
Yes, day and night.
There's a day you promised the world day in an audio on our WhatsApp groups that you want to have Cesar in a Monday match. Were you serious?
Cesar, for now, I can't accept a money match with him because I'm still lacking. That's why even today I've come to watch him playing. I'm looking for the ways how I can tackle his game.
I see. That is very good. Now, something else you want to talk to the fans about your business, your personal life, something like that?
Yeah, my name is Gideon Pro. I'm an artist. I'm a pole player. But I'm cooking for you something. That's why I'm lifting myself higher. I promise by the end of this year, I'm going to be the best player in Uganda.
The best player and the best artist.
Yeah.
How can they find your artwork? Social media platforms?
I'm called Gideon Pro. That's my social media trending name that I use.
You are on which platforms? Facebook, yes?
Facebook, Gideon Pro, Twitter, Gideon Pro, everywhere, Gideon Pro.
Everywhere, just Gideon Pro and support the guy in the Bwanika, Gideon. Thank you very much for your time. Former national female captain, seed number 1, wants to talk to you. Say hi to the people.
Hello everyone, my name is Marita, city number 4. We are here watching a tournament and we are glad to be here. Thanks Dice Launch for this organization for pool. We
Who
love
are you
you.
supporting today?
My favorite player is Cesar, but but my favorite player is Cesar.
Cesar.
Yeah.
Keith.
Yes.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for supporting. I can see your comments. But this time round, you will not cry. Don't worry. We shall beat him on Mpola.
Who will not cry? Who is your guy? Hazard. You are supporting Hazard.
No. I'm supporting the champion Cesar. Cesar, man, the ambassador of Hayball.
Lucas
Yes.
wants to say hi to you. Say hi to the people, Lucas, and say something about the game and who you support.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following these two amazing pool players. I'm a pool lover. I like the style of both players. I'm a Dice member, so I'm a bit in between, but I'm a Cesar fan always. I've been a Cesar fan for a long time. I'm seeing this is the tightest game of the entire tournament.
Yeah.
And I expected this to be tight, but this is tighter than tight. This is the first time. The second time there's a 2-game difference, but there's been one game.
All through.
Yeah. I really want you to show that, cut out that video where Cesar made 6-6. That was a very nice finish.
Sure, I will.
Everyone has to look back. 6-6, that was the best game.
Thank you, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Yes, we're back. With a Cesar break. Lobolo Simon, the computer in the quarterfinal, was leading 9-7 against Cesar. Just as it is 9-7, though this time it is Cesar in the lead, and from the time out, Cesar won 6 straight games and won the match 13-7. He's not the one who asked for a timeout this time round. Actually, it was Hazard's timeout. During that session, Cesar was simply, believe you me, he was simply receiving tips from fans. The table is open. There are better balls for Hazard to use to close the table. I was just wondering why at all he was aiming for the easiest of the balls. Sign of confidence. He thinks he can sweep away the game. Remember, on an open table, the player is free to play red and pot yellow. He will have closed the table on the yellows. It is a decision I didn't see Cesar coming, how he used it, how he decided to close the table. In the sequence of the same play, he has eliminated the single bad ball he had on table. He is now clearly going for the game. It is the first time in the match, maybe the second, that either of the players is leading with 2 frames. At first it was Hazard, now it is Cesar. White ball will roll around the second yellow, just like that. We'll simply draw the white ball a little backwards off the cushion perfect. He's not yet done. He may be down, but not out. 2 games down, just about to become a 1-game cushion. Yes, it is Hazard 8, Cesar 9. Game on. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this tournament in its entirety. The program of live streaming started 4 days ago, that Monday afternoon when I did stream the live draws, and the following day, Tuesday morning, with the first game of the tournament being between Lawrence Sengonge and Rashid Wagaba, where Dog City won. Second game being Simon Debora, the computer, taking on Black Sheep, with Simon winning. Third game of the tournament being between Mansur and Kasozi. Mansur victorious. And Tuesday, the day was closed off with a game between Cesar and Dembaba, won by Cesar. And on the following day, Wednesday, we saw the morning victory of Glorious versus Gideon, the guy who has just been talking to you during the break, followed by victory for Kenneth Odong against Ibrahim Kayanja, before Habib took down Ian Kaziwe, and the last game of the day being, in my opinion, the most memorable one, when Hazard humiliated Ibra 11-1. Yesterday, Thursday, was there for quarterfinals, the first of them being Odong taking down Glorious, before Dog City took down Mansur. After lunch, we saw Hazard defeating Habib, and finally Cesar taking down the computer. Hazard equalizes against Cesar. The game is alive, the competition is alive, and stiff and tight and tough and close. Hazard versus Cesar 9-9, as stiff as expected, in my opinion. Hazard is just having a chat with one of the members of the Dice family with a smile on his face. The first time I'm seeing him smile. Who wouldn't, after taking down Cesar with 2 frames, 1 in 2 successive single visit clearances? A sign of a player in a rich vein of form and belief in his own ability, and of course enjoying total home ground advantage. Cesar to break. A very good split of the balls. He's definitely rooting for an apple. Who wouldn't? With such a beautiful split of the balls. The race to 16 has quickly turned into a race to 7 because the players are currently drawing 9 all. If Hazard won this match, it will be a very big statement of intent on what he achieves to make of his career this year. It will be a statement that the guy who had started me, I don't need the head start. Special greetings to the management teams of both players, like I normally do. I know that on your hospital bed, Council Ramadan, chairman of Team The Scorpion, Cesar's management team, after that operation about 10 days ago, which has been followed up by another operation today. If I'm not mistaken, it either happened today or else it is happening tonight, if not tomorrow morning. That kind of cube standing like indeed the scorpion. The problem was the stance. If at all he can see the red, I don't think he can see it enough to pot it. He goes for a mass shot, white ball curving round, Hazard's yellow to try and pot red to the center pocket. It's a wonderful pot and gets a round of applause from the fans, Cesar. Yes, 10-9 he leads after that very beautiful apple, especially the penultimate shot of the frame where he couldn't see the ball, but a C-spin could do. Even Hazard's own management team, the Dice Lounge family, are now tipping Cesar. You can just have a look at their sitting lounge. That is Hazard's management team. They just love their game. That is Hakim Chigundu, the chairman of the Advanced Talent Agency, tipping Cesar. I will be giving you some secrets as time passes between ATA and Cesar. Things may be happening. Hopefully they do. Can even be torturing psychologically to you as a player if your management team uploads the performance of your opponent, but it's the spirit of the game that wins. That yes, they love their player, but the sport is more important. And Hazard dry breaks.
Come on, Steve. Come on,
It's two consecutive single visit clearances from Cesar, an apple, a green, and a red apple. He can be a bully at times with his opponents. You find yourself that the work you have done with a lot of effort, he rubs it away with almost no effort. There we go, 11-9. He is 5 games, actually, yes, 5 games away from the victory and has had 7. Baguio Villa supporting Caesarman, Dennis Monroe supporting the ambassador, Tia Taleb Aka says Cesar's Beast is coming out. Sabit QC, you say it is a good watch and both players are dishing out great shots. I do agree with you, especially the last 4 games with both players having 2 apiece consecutive single visit clearances. Ongom Dennis, yes, Ongom Dennis the hater, I know you're supporting Hazard. Thank you for watching from Lusaka. Izino Firebase, Daniel Sekabimbe, Sami Chinyangwa, Onama Cesar. As once again, Cesar puts on the break exactly what Hazard doesn't want to see happen. The half Kokli and the Bathilofi, Tarimam Swahili, Pirot, Wanandeke, Noman, Kathukwinda. You are uploading both players as amazing. Senyange Shillings, Lawrence, Mwesigere Dickens, Joe Swag, Zacchaeus Freddy, Respect Mujade must be from Zim, supportive, of course, watching from Zimbabwe. I just love your first names from Zimbabwe. I didn't know that Respect is a name and I love it. I've just learned that Respect is a name. Mambos Vasveye, Marshall Dennis, Gift Sifo, yes, Kathu Kwinda, Namosende, Katuma Animwalu, at Maibudhi, Lysias Lee, Rashad Alvin. How about taking this stream to 2,000 as it draws to a close, as a very beautiful tournament draws to a close, as the final draws to a close, as Cesar and Hazard continue entertaining us. Can't imagine how promotional this tournament has been to Ugandan pool, to African pool. Clement Abrahams, Sylvester Mahomo, Juan Samulenga, Jiven Anderson, Lubega Sharif, Magamba J. Ronald, Sami Chinyangwa. Cesar plays the penultimate shot. He will probably want to put both yellow and black in the same pocket. In so doing, he narrowly misses the pot. How about that for a frame which takes you 3 games up? How about that for a frame which takes you now in pole position? How about that for a black which puts you to a favorite stag for the tournament and for the money and for the victory, for the win, for bragging rights and the chance to be called Cre'Me de la Cre'Me, 16-man comp for the African time. It is a marvel of a beauty from Cesar. 12-9. The match has started to drift away from the horn boy. And the homeboy is Hazard. He must resume winning, and he must now. This time, Hazard will put on the brake, but this time the white is not good either for the reds or for the yellows. Shout outs to you, to Nanono Alice, Nelson Mpamira, Champion Kakande, College Freedom, Kingsley Chinyanta, also supporting, uploading Cesar, Sylvester Makono, Nkoseko Masonela. This frame is so important to both players. For Cesar to try and completely drain the energy out of Hazard if he wins it. For Hazard to try to utilize it to start what could become a comeback. Cesar's fans are applauding the resting position of the cue ball as if Cesar has potted black himself.
Come on, beyond.
Yes, for once we see a miss from Cesar. A little problem for Hazard of those the two reds which are touching each other to the right of your viewing area. The intention of that shot was to open them up. There is an opening, but it creates another problem, as Cesar's yellow is now in between the two, and more to it that it is parking in front of one of Hazard's reds. Here Hazard has an opportunity to pot one of the reds with the white ball opening up the second red. If the shot clicks perfectly together, then he will be good to go. I believe it is a very good shot. Yes, Hazard is just to come back within 2 games of Cesar, which he does. What a beautiful clearance. Hazard 10, Cesar 12. The final is living up to the hype and expectation of two players who are very differently gifted, differently able to entertain. It is 1,800 watching this video live on Facebook. Thank you guys for making this tournament relevant enough to consume your time, your data. Thank you for watching these videos, also making me relevant. Thank you for making these guys stars with your numbers. Thank you for helping the sport grow its presence on social media. My pledge to you is that these videos shall keep coming on all of my social platforms. This page, Break and Finish Live, Facebook, my main YouTube channel is Peter Chobe Live in my name. I use it for sharing already done videos like this one a little later because copyrighted music got it a suspension from YouTube from going live. That is why there is now Break and Finish Live YouTube channel. When the games are not live, if YouTube plays those ads in those videos, kindly watch them, as the only way you can reward this effort, as the only way you can ensure that these videos will keep coming to promote these players, to entertain you, to make your days, and to promote the sport which unites us as a one big African pool fraternity. Almost stubbornly, Hazard is refusing to back down. I can't even believe that the 3 games Cesar won in a row did not drain the energy out of him. He pulls another back. 11-12. It is the number 1 ranked player in the country in Cesar, taking on the number 6 ranked player. Many a times when the action starts on the table, those rankings position do not matter at all. It's about who plays better, it's about who wants it most, it's about who is prepared better, it's about who breaks better, it's about who finishes better. Talking about who breaks better, this is a good break from Hazard. Aiming for Apple. He has been doing it at the very best for 8 years plus some change. Player now with Roxbury Pool Club, but represented Bali Pool Club. Last time the Uganda Pool League was played and became part of the team that won the league. In first position ahead of Cesar's Upper Volta, which came second. He must ensure that the white ball doesn't affect the position of the second red. To do that, he will need the white ball in a more favorable position, and he will want to place it there using the spots. Unfortunately for him, he is not on target, and not being on target sometimes spells doom if your opponent is Cesar. Good brains these from the Scorpion. Don't get surprised that this game is becoming slow and technical. It is very important for either of the players that they win. For Hazard, it will be an equalizer. For Cesar, an extension of his lead to try not to be in touching distance with Hazard. These two shots should be enough. For Cesar, if not more than enough. It is a clearance that is moving Cesar one step closer, just a little bit unfortunate here with the resting position of the cue ball. Wanted to start with the yellow ball to the right of your screen. And with all this skill, the ball is repositioned almost as if by hand. Wow, Cesar 13, Hazard 12. If we are to have this match played to completion, it is 8 games to go. That is, to completion, I am meaning taking it to a wire with 14-14, with 15-15 at one time, and then taking it to 16-16. Out of those 8 games, Cesar needs 3. Hazard 6. Look at how Hazard is standing, as if on the verge of accepting what is maybe the unavoidable, but eagerly waiting for a chance. Speaking of a chance, a foul break is a chance. Advantage Hazard. It's a race to 16, ladies and gentlemen. I can see some questions. It is a race to 16. Just like last year's final of the same comp at the same venue, with the same player involved, the guy that is on table, Hazard, who lost out to Ibra. It's a free shot, and it's a free shot that has paid off. I'm not sure everything turned out as intended, but big advantage now for Hazard to come back within one frame of Cesar. Masaka district, where Hazard is born, is watching with the expectation. Katwe suburb, where he was groomed when he came to the city, is in prayer just as Hazard kneels down to read the game as if he's praying alongside his fans. But Moyo, where Cesar was born, is watching with the expectation of a miss from Hazard. Gulu is watching with hope of yet another cause for celebration, to make another of so many nights that the young man in Cesar has subjected his town to. Team the Scorpion are starting to see the end in sight. Team Hazard believe that Cesar's end, which may be in sight, can have his sight closed. It is one good shot that should bring him home. Yes, he does. That little trick now is to put 3 balls, all of them easy by his standards. All he will need to do here is to get himself not snookered. Maybe little backspin, perfect backspin. Another backspin, accurate. 11, 13, 12. Cesar in the lead. Hazard on 12. 25 games played. Only 1 game the difference between these 2 players. Who can win 3-4 games to take this away? 4 games is what exactly Hazard needs. 3 games is what exactly Cesar needs for the victory. Out of 6 games remaining. What started out as a race to 16, ladies and gentlemen, is now effectively a race to 3. With a maximum of 5 games to play, this match shall be won by whoever of these 2 players is the first to 3. Each shot is almost the most important shot. These guys both must execute each of these shots as if it is their last. It will be a very memorable victory for whoever is the winner. It may be a very memorable victory for Hazard. It is the wrong time to foul, even if you are Cesar. Whenever you are playing with an opponent and you start blundering at the time when you shouldn't, you inspire confidence in your opponent. That is what exactly Cesar has just done. Cesar knows, Hazard knows, the fans know, the managers know that Hazard will be the first to 14. Prior to the start of this final, he was without a shadow of a doubt the best player in the tournament, courtesy of the statistics of his performances. He has conceded the fewest frames by the time of the final. He is on the black. He was 3 games down. The match was almost away from him, and yet he's just about to lead again with a 4th consecutive black with a single visit clearance. Brian has momentarily given up on his role of flipping the scoreboard. He looks so unconsolable. Look at him. As if he doesn't want to look at what is going on, he doesn't want to look at Hazard's face. This is our venue. That is the former tournament director, Ismail Karibala, and about 100 or so fans watching from behind my streaming position as we reach the 2K number watching live and a few more hundreds watching on YouTube. In a match that started by delivering and is not giving up on the another fair break from Hazard. 1 red ball reported, but not at all a good split of the balls. He will definitely be going for the yellows. Are we looking at Hazard inflicting revenge against Cesar? It is so far a total performance from the guy nicknamed the Truth, playing pool like he is indeed the Truth. Hazard 15, Cesar 13. Time for tips. Brian will take so much water because the situation is becoming so unbearable for him. The Dice members are dancing the night away. They are having the win in sight. It is the time of the match that the guy with the biggest stature compared to the two players in Cesar cannot afford any more mistake. He gets one yellow on the break. Not a very attractive split of the balls. What he's trying to do, win 3 straight games to steal the match away. If my memory serves me right, I think he has done it once before in a money match that happened about 2 months ago. A race to 21 against Mansour, who was head started with +6. Mansour led 20-18 and Cesar won. Actually, not just once. In a money match, a rematch of his first game with Aiden at the Grand Michana Hotel in Nairobi, in a race to 21 for a total of $8,000. Aiden won. Aiden led 20-17. Cesar won the last 4 frames to win the match. What he's trying to do, he has ever done it. It will not come easy, but it is possible. It's about to become 15-14. What a game. What a match. What a performance from both players. Cesar 14, Hazard 15. This time, Brian wanted to flip the scoreboard, The work is being done for him. Hazard to break. In Katwe and Machinde and Masaka, they are praying for a fair break, a very good split of the balls with a ball at least spotted. In Gulu and Aroa and Lira and Moyo, they are praying for a foul break. For the neutrals, they just want a performance. Apology for that breaking video. Hazard breaks and puts a ball with a very good split. It is a frame. He will most likely clear. This is most likely victory for Hazard. Surely. I wouldn't expect him to fail on this frame, not with the high stakes, not on his home table, not in front of his fans, not in front of his management, not after spending a full night almost yesterday training on this table, practicing for the semis and the finals, almost coming late for the semi-finals because he used the earlier part of the day for sleeping. One good shot, he is away, putting that yellow ball to the center pocket on the left with a good control of the cue ball, and he will be home and dry. It's a miss. Advantage Cesar. And the Cesar fans chant, chance is a chance. Look at the concentration, the focus on Cesar's face. Whatever is going on in his mind, he knows it, that he cannot afford to blink, he cannot afford to miss, he cannot afford to give the white ball away, he cannot afford to lose this frame. It is not about the money, not the money, no, it is the win. Seems to be going for a safety shot. A fairly good safety shot. The difference between the victory and defeat, when it is players of this quality taking on each other, is so small. With 1 more millimeter of movement of that yellow ball, it was in the center pocket. It, however, moved 1 millimeter less. It's a miss, which is most likely taking this match to a decider. Because games like these ones, Cesar normally finishes off. I believe that win or lose, Hazard is a winner. He has given a true account of himself in a match against the strongest of all potential opponents he could have had in this final. He has demonstrated, while he played with Cesar with a head start, he is in actual sense not head start material. He has proven himself as the new rival to Cesar. He has proven himself as a hot property once again of Ugandan pool. He has proven to his managers that he is worth their investment. Even under pressure, Cesar never ceases to deliver. A simple tap of that ball will do with slight backspin just to get himself not snookered. Sometimes stuff happens and you can't believe your eyes. How on earth does Cesar miss such a ball? It's a ball which even Dr. Herbert can pot. It's a ball Spinner Kenny can pot. It's a ball Oliver Adams Ollivander can pot. It's a ball Ibrahim Kayongo Mitiana can pot. And yet Cesar misses it in a frame which should have taken the match to a decider. He, however, has another chance, I do believe. There comes the chance. Very interesting times these. Very unbelievable. What pressure can do to a player irrespective of their stature, even when they are the tournament favorite, even when they are the seed one and national champion and best player in the country and the region and maybe the continent, anytime can be foul time. Cesar's fans start to march out of the arena, a sign that they know that their hero is losing this match. The boy managed by Dice Lounge, the losing finalist in Uganda's National Open Championship, to his current opponent, has gotten perfect timing for revenge. He's up against the black for the very last time in the match. As long as he sinks it in, he can choose the center pocket. He can go for the corner pocket off Cesar's yellow, or even direct without any contact and miss. This could easily turn out the biggest miss of the tournament. Sometimes I cannot believe Cesar's luck. He will need all the calmness, all the concentration, all the belief simply to pot this ball, to set the match to the cider, and he too misses and concedes the match. Ladies and gentlemen, Hazard is the winner of this year's Cre'Me de la Cre'Me. He has now the title of the best of all Ugandan pool players. We shall follow him up to the celebration booth with his managers.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Rasta Mponyeri. Yeah man, big up to my fans. Shout out to my manager Boss Mark. Big up to Team Cesar. Shout out to Team Cesar. My brother, I'd luck next time better. Feel the rule. Feel the rule. Feel the rule.
That one was Hazard, winner of this year's Cre'Me de la Cre'Me. The curse of Dice Lounge as the venue continues for Cesar. He never ever performs majority of the times as this one. For being such a wonderful crowd, I wish you